All right, so let me bring you my next clip over here. Now this one, let me bring it up before I explain it here. So this lady decides to get flued out, and then she's complaining about the flued outishness and the trip, according to the clip. So she went to another state to meet a YRN, which I believe is a young rich Negro, okay, that is lit on the internet, but life cap in real life. So let me help to translate that for those that may not speak Nigganese. So what she's saying is she went to go meet a young, prestigious man that she met on the internet because his internet page is popular, and she believes that the popularity is fake because she tried to meet him in real life and had a bad experience. So if you guys don't know what she said, that's what she said, okay? So I'm going to let her tell her little story, and let's see where this goes. The internet has had some real interesting back and forths about it, and I want to have the conversation with you and see how you guys feel. All right, let's go.
When I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet, and to me, I felt like he was cat.
His life was cat.
So yeah, I met him on the internet.
This is what they need to destroy with Doge.
The beginning of January
this is
for my
ridiculous.
son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever, and he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to give you me or whatever like that. So he like, you know,
I've been trying to give you me.
We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because like, you know, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark skinned niggas, and when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, you know, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly.
All right, guys, I apologize for the language, and what I mean by the language is the fact that you know, a lot of people won't understand some of the phrasing that she's using. But this is Nigganese. It comes in a bunch of different forms, but this is definitely Nigganese. So if you have any issues, you need any translations, please let me know. I am a Nigganese expert, and I have been for 25 to 40 years now. So
supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck or whatever, like that. Yeah. Dressed nice, always designer down, like always posting mad money, etc. Okay. So you know, like that's my type. I love
niggas.
Hood, get money.
Niggas. Say it. There you go.
So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number, and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever, and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So we planned to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on
whatever like this and Saturday, whatever like
right?
that at the same time.
And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend.
Times.
And he really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend for my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So
hold up, man.
That was my free weekend.
Did she say kids? She's got a few of them. Okay, all right. I'm just making sure that we're dealing with the top and upper echelon of society here so that we can be honest about what examples are being set. Because it sounds like she's coming on here to embarrass the dude, but so far, I got questions about her. That's all I'm saying. About, like, what's your priorities? Like, where you at with your life? Where you DM some random person in another state and now you trying to fly out? Because, nah, man, that's unsafe in so many ways. Anyway.
So, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that because it just was, like, too good to be true. So, we were only
text. Too good to be true.
And, like, he'll tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him, or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So, bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm going to get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy. He FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone. Before you really couldn't, like, he'd just be texting and shit like that. Okay. So he FaceTime me. He was real. Looked the same. Looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come. And we talk, and I'm like, you know, like, you ready? Like, I'm at the nail salon. I'm like, you ready? Like, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to meet you, etc.
Keep in mind, this is at least two people's mom right here. Two of them. Who's watching the kids while you go out to some random stranger's house in another state? Where's the accountability on this? So far, like I said, I haven't gotten to the part where the dude is this horrible person yet. I'm already on the road of bad decisions over here, and this young lady is taking me on a trip. And I'm like, well, there's too many decisions that are being made that seem like somebody should have said, hey, don't do that. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Is there nobody locally around people anymore where you got to go find and leave your kids somewhere to go meet a stranger? I don't know. The market is rough. I'm glad I'm not part of that shit no more. I feel sorry for those that are. If this is what you got to go through to try to meet somebody, you got to leave your kids somewhere to go meet some stranger off the internet in another state. Oh my God. Nobody around locally. I don't know where she lives, but shit.
So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited.
Whatever like that.
Days before. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you good, love? Like, you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is like kind of off, like you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like, I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like, you can still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house, and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that, or whatever the case may be. So I still go. Like, I get my nails and I run to the mall. I get everything I need. I pack my shit, and I tell him like, all right, I'm for the land at this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport. I board the flight or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Cigna or something like that. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online.
Atlanta? She went to Atlanta. Okay. Well, I've heard about the things that go on in Atlanta. And speaking of which, I got some clips from the Atlanta airport. I don't know if y'all heard about that. I wasn't going to do that. I might have to do it today. Because tomorrow I got my show with Brix and Bravo, and I got a bunch of stuff I got to cover with them. So I might have to get to the Atlanta airport fight today. So y'all just bear with me a second. But there's just so many bad decisions right here. She caught this late-ass flight. The kids is wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's your responsibility? You've already procreated into this world, and you randomly flying out to meet some stranger off the internet. I'm just saying, it seems like bad decisions. Now, I don't want anything bad to happen to this young lady, especially not physically. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that these decisions lead you to a place. We're going to find out where it led her. But if you start putting it together and say, you know what, these decisions lead to a place. Where is that place? It's Atlanta, dealing with some cap dude, some cap youngin, or a young lit Negro, as she so eloquently stated, and basically dealing with that. So I'm gonna let her finish, but I'm just saying, it just seems like she's being dumb anyway. And then she put it on the internet. So that's why I don't know if it's real or not, because it's like, are people that stupid? Or are they just saying that they're that stupid because they want to be seen on the internet? I don't know.
But everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called, and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like, literally, it was no hotel. So he like, well,
you missing the signs. You're not supposed to go. When shit like that goes on, you're supposed to be like, no, don't go. So I'm like,
you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like, I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when the mishap come in. Because I get it, okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play. So now we got to go stay somewhere else, which is cool. Because I think
somebody else that's a parent. So it's two parents trying to link up and leave the kids with whatever. Now, if you got $1 million and all that kind of stuff, you can... Your kids can have some friends, and you can always send them, somewhere. If your kids, like, live with you. Now, if that's your visitation weekend, you're one of those parents, then, yeah, you probably shouldn't be flying out people on Valentine's Day anyway. unless you're already in some type of relationship. But whatever. The thing I'm saying is nobody's thinking about the fact there's kids who are directly connected to both sides of this story. This is the life that they're following up, right? Keep that in mind. A couple of generations from now, this is who's going to be the great-grandparents. People that think like this.
A hotel is better anyway because you don't know me and I don't know you. And it's more safer, I feel like.
It's too much. First of all, why are you on the plane texting? Aren't you supposed to be in airplane mode? Or whatever? You're putting the lives at risk over your bad decision-making. It's bad decision-making. I'm not, like I said, I hope nothing happened to the lady, and I don't think anything did because that's not the story. But it's just like, when do you say, all right, these are the red flags? Like when I'm trying to go somewhere, trying to set something up, and all this stuff starts going wrong, it kind of lets me feel like maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe the universe or God or whatever you believe in is telling you this ain't the move, right? And you don't listen, and then you go do it anyway, and it turns out messed up, and you reflect on it and say, you know what? The next time when I get that feeling, I'm going to not do that. That's how you grow. So I doubt this is the first time this young lady has done any of this. I'm sure she caught a Spirit flight, so it wasn't that expensive. So it's like, come on, man, you bugging about a Spirit flight. She said it was $300, but that's because you wanted the big front seat.
So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room. I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something. I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. Yo, so we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land and I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming. You hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like...
All right, licks are crimes, by the way. When you hit a lick, it's normally when you get over on someone. So those that don't know nigganese, yeah, he's not licking people. He's not hitting them and licking them. He's pulling a lick, which means that he's extracting something from them. Normally through armed robbery or some type of scam. But you can also hit a lick by doing something right and you get a payout for it. You know, a good gamble, lottery, you know, technically that's all a lick. But normally when they talking about that, it means like you did something nefarious and created income from it. So anyway, Draco in the chat said, I plan a trip to the grocery store more than she plans a booty trip. Like, yeah, this, like I said, there's too much. Maybe this isn't set up correctly. You know, all of a sudden you can't go to the house. He doesn't want to set up the hotel room. It's kind of like, well, you know what? I'm going to just stay my ass home on Valentine's weekend. But you know what? She was trying to have somebody around on Valentine's Day. That's what it was. She didn't want to be alone with just her kids on Valentine's Day. That's a tough look. I mean, I'm not a woman with children, but I can only imagine that if it's Valentine's Day and you got kids, it means that you were in relationships. The kids are looking at you, but ain't no man looking at you. Nobody getting you no flowers. Nobody giving you that sausage that you need on that day. Yeah, she got a little desperate on that and decided to fly on out to try to not be alone on Valentine's Day. That's what I'm seeing so far. But she picked the wrong guy to fly out to is what it also sounds like. So let's let her finish up. So the guy didn't want to pay for what, a $300 room. And I believe he paid for or she paid for the flight. Somebody paid for the flight, you know, but it was a Spirit flight. I guarantee it. So it wasn't that expensive. It doesn't sound like she was coming internationally to meet this person. She was going to Atlanta, probably coming from Georgia, from another airport in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? 45-minute flight tops, right? All right, let me let her finish up.
$20,000, $30,000, you can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm going to figure this shit the fuck out. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now, I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like, what? So when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter Stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool.
You should have stayed home with your kids. But anyway.
Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. And you talking about another nigga? That's your response? Mm-hmm. Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel. Y'all, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But
hold on a second. Didn't I say it was a Spirit flight? Didn't I say it? And I hadn't even seen the clip. I knew it. So she booked a hotel. So you telling me she went to another city, booked a hotel, and then stayed in the hotel by herself on Valentine's Day? Is that what this is about to be? Is that where this is going to go? I can't believe it if it is, but if this is where it's going to go, then you know what? That's all you, baby. That's your fault. Come on,
But
man.
I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like.
Home. You could have stayed home. You should have stayed home. So you went to another city to spend Valentine's Day by yourself on your own dime unintentionally. And you want us to be mad at the guy who didn't pay for the room that you ended up paying for anyway. And you told him he couldn't come there. He's in another city. I guarantee he's got other women there. So it's Valentine's Day. Everybody's looking for a boo. Everybody is. Come on, man. This girl done wasted all her money to go somewhere else to be by herself. That is ridiculous. And caught the Spirit flight. You know
that was kind of crazy. So me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like, I mean, rich niggas, like that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not gonna say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They not doing all that. Like,
how are you so sure?
They not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play, everything booked, bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So to me, his life is just cat. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but like, other than that, like, that nigga don't be really doing shit like with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping like something. Like, nah, he not.
You didn't know that before you flew out.
To me personally, the life is cat, and I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you, and this happened.
Yeah, that's
never doing it again.
Well, don't do it again, ma'am. Don't do it again, okay? Hopefully she keeps that energy and doesn't do that again, because that was stupid. But